Webinar for the Apprentice Automation Challenge 2025. Today we'll be going through a few tips and tricks and take you through a bit more information on the finals day. So I'll just read through the agenda just to check first of all. Olivia, have you mentioned that this is going to be recorded already, or do we need to?
No, I haven't, but yeah, this will be recorded and it will be put on our IMechE YouTube, so you can have a little look back at it if people can't make it today.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so yeah, firstly, welcome in introductions. I think we just covering that now. And then we're going to move on to a finals day overview with Toby, the head judge. Then on to some presentation and preparation tips, just to give you some good tips and lessons learned from past competitions to hopefully get you the highest scoring presentation you can on the finals day. Then we've got a section on the manufacturing week where the winners will be invited along too. And then we'll finish up with the questions and answers. Unfortunately, I might have to duck out a bit earlier today, so I might not be able to stick around the whole thing, just to let you know, but hopefully I will and can answer any questions towards the end. Okay, so I'll hand over to Toby now.
Thank you, Jason. So yes, we'll be discussing the finals day overview. So this incorporates information such as the venue, the timetable, and how things are going to run. So get the next slide, please, Olivia. So the first things first, finals day. Hopefully you should all know by now, but the finals day is situated to take place on the 25th of September, being hosted at the Advanced Manufacturing Training Centre, or AMTC, in Coventry. We have free parking available there, and you'll be receiving a team briefing pack in advance of the event. They'll be coming out hopefully in the next couple of weeks, so please keep your eye out. So the next slide, please. So the event space itself, we are pretty much occupying the entirety of the AMTC ground floor, with the event taking place mostly in the reception, restaurant, and exhibition space, and using the Sir William Seaman Theatre for the finals day, for the actual award ceremony and any photos that need to take place. I'm using the first floor mezzanine for a networking event, which I'll come to when we get to the timetable. So can I get the next slide, please? So you know who you are, but you may not necessarily know who the rest of your teams are. The rest of the teams you'll be competing against are. This is a record for us. We have, I believe, 18 teams at present due to take place. So it's from strong competition. We have at least, I think, 8 or 9 teams from Leonardo. Nifty Lift, last year's winners with a new team. So we'll see if they can retain the title for their company. And you can see also the list here of what projects are going to be taking place. Maybe they'll give some clues in some instances what they're going to be designing, and in others less so. But we look forward to seeing what you come up with either way. Can I get the next slide, please, Liv? So this is the event schedule itself. Please note that I will caveat this from the get-go that this may be subject to change. So from 8 till 9 will be when you'll be allowed to turn up, perform your registration, and set up your prototype. From 9 o'clock to 9:15, our chairman, Jason, will be conducting a welcome note, and then we'll go into the scrutineering, which is led by one of our senior judges, Raymond Hodkinson. Then the actual event itself, the judging. This will run from about 10:15 till 1 o'clock, and it will be pretty intense. It will be judges. You'll be spoken to by at least 2 judges, 2 judging groups across the entire period. Judges are going to be non-stop. Then 1 till 2, we have a lunch break. At this point, the judges get to go off and get locked away in their little room. We get to debate, we get to discuss the scores and moderate, and then hopefully pick a winner. Meanwhile, you yourselves will be engaging in either the option of the peer reviews, where you get a chance to judge each other, to possibly win a prize for your team, an additional prize for your team, and the MTC tours. Now, the MTC tours at present we are limited to 60 spaces. So we appreciate there are more than 60 of you who are going to be present on the day. So we are in the process of working out a fair way of allocating who gets to go on which tour. But we'll come to the end. We'll come to what you need. As part of that, you will need to bring some ID. So if you wish to go on a tour, do make sure you bring your ID, otherwise you won't be able to go into the MTC. From 4 till 4:30, we have a drinks reception, and then 4:30 to 5, the award ceremony itself. And at the end of it all, we finally all get to pack up and go home. As I said at the beginning, I'll say it again, this may be subject to some change. We're still working out the fine details of how the schedule is going to look on the day. Get the next slide, please, Liv. So how the presentations are scored, this is probably what you're more interested in. Each team will get 25 minutes with a judging pair. You'll get 20 minutes to present your case, to demonstrate your product, and then 5 minutes for the judges to field any questions. If you take less than 20 minutes, the judge is just going to get more time to ask questions of you. So try and make sure you use as much of that 20 minutes as you can. You'll be marked according to the following areas. So design, how well have you met the design requirements outlined in your report? The quality of the prototype, does it work? Is the performance consistent and repeatable? Is it of a high build quality? Next category we'll be judging you on will be product functionality. How innovative, usable, marketable is your prototype? Depth of knowledge will be your fourth category. So how you answer the technical questions about your product. How well do you know your area? How well do you know your market? And lastly, the team's presentation. How clear is your communication, and are you demonstrating good teamwork? Now we'll be covering some more of these points in a bit more detail in the subsequent topic, which is on tips. Get the next slide, please, Liv. What you need to bring. So this will, of course, vary from team to team. Most importantly, your prototype and anything you may need to assemble or power it. There'll be no tools available at MTC, so please make sure you bring everything you need. Power we will have available, but make sure you bring any hardware you may need. Any safety documentation. So as part of the scrutineering, we'll be checking your risk assessments, method statements, and any PAT certification that may be required to power your device safely. If you don't have these, you can still set the machine, you still set your piece of equipment up, but you may not be able to demonstrate it to its full effectiveness. So don't forget it. Presentation material. So ideally, anything you may need to show us. Laptops, PowerPoints, printouts if needed. One thing to note compared to previous years is we are not using the exhibition space in the AMTC due to the acoustics making it difficult for teams to be heard or the judges for the judges to ask questions. As a result, we will have access to no TV screens. MTC usually provides some around, but we're not having any this year. So if you do need a monitor, either bring one from home or borrow one from your company. You'll be able to power it either way, but you can't provide any through the event. And lastly, and this point is in red because it's very important, if you wish to go on the MTC workshop, you must either bring your passport, no copies, or your driving license and a birth certificate. You need to have both those two combined. Failure, if you wish to go on the tour and you don't bring either of these items, you will not be going on the tour due to MTC security policies. So the presentation and the preparation tips that I can offer. So give us the next slide, please, Liv. There we are. So for the 5 Ps. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Technically there's a 6P, but we'll keep it at 5 for the moment. Before the event, make sure you assign roles to every member of your team. Don't just have one person speaking. Ensure everybody contributes. Play to your team members' strengths. If you had an individual working solely on the mechanical side of things, make sure that's the part they're presenting on. Don't throw them something business related if they'd had no involvement in it. Fill the time. As I said earlier, you'll have 20 minutes to present. If you don't fill those 20 minutes, it just means you're going to get more time being grilled by your judges. Know your product and your market inside out. While the judges aren't necessarily going to be in an area that is going to be corresponding to where your prototype is situated, they are technical experts and they will grill you. And lastly, most importantly, I have to say this, Practice, practice, practice. You should be drilling your presentation to the point that you don't need to have cards. You can just look at us when you're talking. We don't want to see you looking down at your notes, ideally. For the event itself, one more. Bring everything you need. I gave a list in the previous 2 slides back about some things you may need. It is not exhaustive. Only you know what you need, but make sure you bring it. Don't be afraid to point out any weaknesses in your product. You know, nothing's perfect. Acknowledge it, but make sure you have responses planned to explain where that shortcoming is and how it might be mitigated in the future. Last point, relax, smile. The judges are not anywhere near as scary as they seem to be. So I'll now hand you over to Jake Tyler from the manufacturer, who will talk about Smart Manufacturing Week.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good to be here. Yeah, just a real quick summary of how we're involved and what some of the benefits are for the winning team. Just a quick intro. So I'm responsible for the delivery of our events, and I also manage our awards program. So yeah, some of this is very familiar. And the feedback, sorry, the tip about judges not being scary, it's true. They're there to help. So yeah. So yeah, the manufacturer. So we are a industry publication and events business. So we share insights and connections with manufacturing and engineering businesses of all sizes. So from sandwich makers to submarine builders. And we're really proud to support the Apprentice Automation Challenge again this year. You might have already heard this, but a few of some of the benefits of winning. So if you go to the next slide, please. The first is the winning team will be invited to join us at the award ceremony for the Manufacturer IMechE Awards, where we'll be crowning the winners of 11 categories overall. It's a really good event, really good fun, and it's a great opportunity to meet other manufacturers and engineers in the industry. So yeah, it's a really, really good event. And the next is the next slide, please. So we'll also invite the winning team to exhibit at the Smart Manufacturing Week event in June next year. So this brings about 15,000 people to Birmingham, and you'll have the opportunity to show off your project. And yeah, it's a really good opportunity for more networking and more learning. And I think that's it from us. Just wanted to wish you all the best of luck, and I look forward to seeing the winning team in November. Thank you.
I think this was meant to be Raymond, but I don't think he's been able to join this. But this is just a slide of the awards that are available. So we've got the Apprentice of the Year Award, we've got the EngTech of the Year Award, and we've got the EngTech Visionary. If you want any more information on the awards, then in the first instance, you can either email me or you can email the awards@imeche.org email address. Oh, it looks like Raymond is here. I've just seen
sorry,
him.
my mic
Oh,
was off.
sorry, Raymond. Do you know what? I'll hand back over to Raymond. Apologies.
No, you're doing a brilliant job, Liv. Carry on.
Yeah, so the closing date is the 30th of September. But yeah, if you want any more information, either email aac@imeche.org or the awards@imeche.org, and we can provide that further information for you. Raymond, did you want to say anything more?
Yes, just quickly, I would advise you to go onto that site because there are other awards. For example, if any of you are going on from apprenticeship to a foundation degree, there's the Clive Hickman Scholarship, which would help finance that. There are awards for EngTech of the Year, as we said, but there's also awards for Engineering Employer. So your company might manage to get an award. So have a look at the awards. If you need more information, I'll be there on the finals day. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thanks, Raymond. Okay. So we've gone through that very quickly. We've now come to our Q&A session. if anyone would like to put questions into the chat or raise their hand, then either myself, Toby, Raymond, we're more than happy to answer those. I think most of you have seen me on the welcome webinar for Apprentice Automation Challenge at the beginning of the year. But my name's Liv and I am the operations lead for the Apprentice Automation Challenge, and I work in the event operations team at the IMechE. You've probably seen quite a few emails from me, and I also manage the AAC inbox as well. So as previously mentioned, if anyone has any questions about AAC or the finals day, then please email that email address and I'll pick that up. And as Toby has already mentioned as well, you will receive an email from me with the team pack for finals day, and that will have all of this information in the pack. So yeah, I don't think we have any questions at the moment in the chat, but yeah, if anyone wants to put, I can give a couple of minutes and we can answer those for you. I'll give a couple of minutes. Don't be shy. And yeah, this is being recorded as well, so you're more than welcome to have a little look back at this in your own time. It's not looking like we've got any questions.
It doesn't seem so, but
no, clearly we've answered everything.
If something does come up, then you have a question after the fact, as Liv said, just reach out and she'll forward the question either onto myself, Raymond, or Jason to respond to.
Okay, well, I'm going to end that there then. Thank you everyone for joining as well, and taking time out of your day. Yeah, any questions, let us know. But yeah, we look forward to seeing you at the on the 25th of September. And good luck in the meantime as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. Bye.